Good morning. This is Sunrise Conversations with Sarah and Rolando. Today we will be talking about Stephen Boss, who goes by Twitch. We we just want to go over quickly how he started in 2008 on was it 2008 or it was 2014, 2008 to 2014 actually, that he was on So You Think You Can Dance. And then from 2014 to May of 2022, he was on the Ellen DeGeneres show as a co-host, and he was also a co-executive producer of the program. He also was in many movies. He was in he was in Magic Mike, right? Which was pretty cool. He was in Magic Mike.
Yeah, I know he
with
was in
Channing,
all of the
with Channing Tatum.
Yeah, I know he was in a lot of the dance.
And he was in
movies.
Step Up films too.
Yeah, Step Up. That's where I know him from.
I just wanted to touch on the fact that this man was so successful. It seemed like he had it all. He had it all. He literally danced his way into executive producer of a extremely popular talk show on television. He met his wife on So You Think You Can Dance, had two beautiful children with her. They were married 9 years, had a beautiful home together. They had a successful YouTube channel where they were dancing. They put all their dance moves on together. It just seemed like a really beautiful, happy life from the outside looking in. And he showed up happy, smiling, jumping for joy, literally dancing for joy every day, and suffering in silence. Suffering in silence. It reminds me of Chesley Chris, this young lady who was a beauty pageant winner. She was a beauty queen, right, of North Carolina, I believe it was. She was a successful attorney. She was a news correspondent. She had Gayle King as her mentor. She interviewed Oprah, Rihanna, Taylor Swift. I mean, she had a beautiful career, and she always showed up happy. Just like Twitch, showing up, just lighting up the room, making everybody smile, making everybody laugh, and extremely successful in life. Extremely successful.
Yeah.
Made major achievements. And what I have noticed is that when people have been sending out their condolences to Twitch, family, no one has a negative thing to say about this man. Not one bad thing to say. And he takes his life by a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head.
24 hours before Stephen Twitch Boss had done this, he made a post about the Jacob Blake incident post he made the day previous to raise awareness as well as to share an outrage asking the question in captions: is this routine becoming familiar? The routine of posting about unarmed black folks being brutalized and the following up with hashtag justice fill in the blank. He talks about commenters not receiving his post well. He talks about the commenters' mention of the tragedy of Kenan Hinnant in response to his Jacob Blake post, as well as how justice was received, carried out. He goes on to discuss the injustice of Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, Elijah McGlynn, Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, Philando Castile, and the countless other murders that seemingly happen every other week. His last post was about awareness of the injustice. taking place in the world. Right now, we are going to take a moment and view the recording of that post.
Just wanted to say something real quick, man. I posted something yesterday about the Jacob Blake incident that happened. You know, seen the video, read things all about it, and just I posted it to raise awareness and also just to share an outrage, man. This is happening too much, and even my caption said, "Is this routine becoming familiar? The routine of posting um, about unarmed black folks being brutalized, and then following up with the hashtag justice for fill in the blank." And then in the comment section, everybody goes, "Well, what about Twitch? Don't post that. Don't divide us like that." Don't push that narrative, Twitch. Like, yo, I don't have to push the narrative. The narrative's already happening. And also, for everybody that answered the post asking me about, well, what about the 5-year-old that was killed by this person? Yo, what happened to Cannon? That was awful. That was tragedy. That was tragedy. And justice is being carried out on the person that did that. If I'm not mistaken, the person that committed that atrocity is arrested and charged with first-degree murder. We still yelling about justice for Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, Elijah McClain, Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice. Yo, I'm just Philando Castile. And countless others that are literally happening, it seems like every other week. But y'all want to get in the comment section and be like, "Oh, well, what about this?" Like, why is it like when we're raising awareness on something that's happening against human rights, rather than just, if you're gonna leave a comment saying, yo, that is messed up, man, that's messed up, you gotta go, yeah, but what about, almost like you trivializing it, like it almost has this slight undertone, like you're a little tired of hearing this narrative. Oh, imagine that you're tired of hearing that narrative. Imagine that.
He also, as well, celebrated his wedding anniversary with his wife 3 days prior. Twitch also messaged his grandfather 4 days before his death, saying, "I love you, Dad." Sometimes it's not internal issues that's causing the depression. Sometimes it's outer factors that cause the depression as well. Certain things that's going on in your society or in your environment that you perceive as something that should be fixed about it, that's not being fixed about it. And basically, that's the things that go on. And you really can't pinpoint it to try to figure out how to fix it. But I mean, at the same time, I mean, if there is anyone out there that is going through some type of depression or, facing some, mental situations, you should seek help. And sometimes there are medications that induce these things as well. And you never know, if you don't check the symptoms, side effects of these medications that you're taking, you'll never know. Some people go through induced depression because of medication that they're taking for certain health benefits, or to prevent things from escalating in another region of their health. But a side effect of that cause is depression, low, morality, low just activity going. And some people don't know that. And they go through their life not understanding why they feel a certain way. And the root cause of it is because they're taking a certain medication. So, you have to, be aware of the things that you're taking. You have to be aware of your friends that are taking things. If they, indulge that information to you, just, let them know, you got to be careful with that. And if you are feeling that way, again, I stress, go try to find somebody to help you get through these things and help you so that you don't reach a point of no return.
There was a suicide note left that's being reported. Nobody is saying exactly what it says. People are making assumptions, of course. There's been reports by different media outlets that it alluded to some challenges in the past, but of course you'll never know unless his wife wants the news to be made public. I just wanted to say check on your family and friends, the ones who are smiling the most successful, have wonderful, radiant days every single day, and do not have a bad day. Sometimes they're suffering in silence. And I also wanted to leave some resources with the Black men in our community, because I know in the community that, mental health is a stigma, is frowned upon. Many men do not go out and ask for help, unfortunately. And I just want to leave this here just in case we have any male listeners who need some help and they didn't know who to ask. There is a group called Men's Group. It has a discussion forum online that focuses on topics like divorce, emotions, and parenting for men. There's also Mental Health of America, and they have variety support groups and discussion forums to talk about depression and suicide and grief. We have also the Face It Foundation with support groups for individual peer support and opportunities to connect socially, to try to find other like-minded individuals that you would like to talk to. And there's also, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but I think it's Gaylista, which is a therapy group for the LGBTQIA plus community. And also look up Clinicians of Color. And that is a search tool for mental health groups in your area for Black men. Also, there is a link called Black Men Heal, and it's therapy for Black men specifically. Also, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is 1-800-273-TALK. Have a wonderful day. Check on your friends and family. Just wanted to come and touch on it. Mention two people who are extremely happy, extremely successful, and also leave some resources because you never know what depression looks like.